What up, guys? Kevin here. Hellblade 2, Senua Saga, is probably my most anticipated game this generation. I don't think it's going to come out at earliest till 2023, but man, sometimes I go back and watch that 2019 Video Game Awards where they announced the Series X and the Hellblade 2 trailer, and man, that still gives me goosebumps. That game is going to be amazing. Can't wait for it. But until then, we got a Hellblade Senua Sacrifice optimized for Series X and S. That's free. Ooh. No $10 upgrade here. How it's done. And the game is on Game Pass as well. I'm downloading it right now. It's one of the very few games I beat 2 times this past generation. So I'm excited to play it again for a 3rd time. It's only about 5 or 6 hours. So if you haven't played it, check it out. It is what I would consider a game that I want to see more of. I want to see just great looking games, great experiences between that like 5 to 10 hour mark, just because it's so easy for me to invest in. You know, it's Monday. I can start this game and be done by it by Wednesday or Thursday. I love that. We need more of that. Gamers, their average age is in their 30s, and they're probably really busy like me. And I don't even have kids, so I don't know how people with kids have time to play video games, but we need more of this. Now, let's go over the optimizations for the Series X and S, and there's a couple head scratchers. Starting with the Xbox Series X. So we got performance mode, no ray tracing, 120 hertz, that's what they're targeting, and dynamic up to 1080p. Well, what is this? So it's like 580 and it's scales up to 1080? That's a little... Look, I appreciate the option. And I don't have a way to play this at 120 hertz currently, so I'll wait to see some video, but I don't know. I feel like the Series X... 1080p and at least target 120. And then if you have VRR, that's what they should do. So hopefully this is a locked 120 if it's dynamic up to 1080p on the Series X. I don't know, man. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'll wait to see some video on it. Then we got resolution mode, still no ray tracing, but dynamic up to 4K, 60 FPS. That's probably the mode I'll be playing on. I got no issues there. And then we got enriched, which does have ray tracing, dynamic up to 4K, 30 FPS. Would play that, but 30 FPS. And I would take that 1080p resolution with ray tracing. I would play that mode. But instead they're doing dynamic up to 4K, which, you know, I appreciate these options. And again, the whole 120 hertz, the Series X and PS5 are not 120 hertz machines. They are not. They are machines, especially when PS5 get VRR. If you have VRR and you have a VRR monitor or television, yes, put it at 120 if you like, and the game will probably run about like 80, 90, 100 FPS, but you won't notice any screen tearing or anything like that. So very cool. Now let's go to the Xbox Series S performance mode. Again, no ray tracing, full HD, 60 FPS. So here, you're getting full HD. There is no dynamic. Interesting, there's no dynamic full HD or up to 1080p with the Series S, but it's topping out at 60 FPS in performance, resolution, no ray tracing, dynamic up to 1440p, but it's at 30 FPS. And then enriched, you get the ray tracing, full HD, 30 FPS. So there I would still play the performance mode. We got to learn ray tracing is It ain't it this generation. It just isn't. Ray tracing is going to be a great option once maybe we get the Series X, 1X, or whatever the next mid-gen upgrade, PS5 Pro. I know PS5 does a lot with ray tracing, but I always turn it off. It's just, it's great for, for the 30 FPS weirdos out there that still want to play it. And does it look good? Sure. But not in all instances. There's a lot of moments, especially when I was playing Ratchet and Clank, when I was toggling back and forth, ray tracing on, ray tracing off. I'm like, ray tracing off looks good. It looks better. So that's my thoughts on ray tracing, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. It was already a great looking game. And they really updated, especially Senua, her character model. In the original, she looked like a video game character. The trailer I just saw, if that's accurate, she looks more like a human being. So this is a real next-gen upgrade. I'm excited to play it. I can't wait. You should play it. It's only about 5-6 hours long, easy to get through, and just a really great experience. Play it with headphones. The audio in it's amazing. Probably the best audio in a video game. And very cool. Let me know if you're going to play it, what you think, and I'll talk to you later. Later.